Chronic underinvestment in epilepsy research has meant effective treatments for everyone living with the condition are still decades away, but together we can change this. Around 1 in every 100 people in the UK are living with the condition. That's 65 million people worldwide with a known diagnosis. But drug therapies don't work for everyone. 30% of people with epilepsy live with uncontrolled seizures, and, most shockingly of all, there are still 21 epilepsy-related deaths a week. The NHS spends around £2 billion every year on epilepsy services, but the cost to the health system extends beyond seizures, largely due to the rate of misdiagnosis and unplanned hospital admissions. But it's not just healthcare. The economic burden of epilepsy encompasses education, employability, and social care. Despite the number of people living with the condition, research into epilepsy receives only 7% of neurological research funding, just 0.3% of the £4.8 billion spent on health-related research. Compared with the number of people affected by epilepsy, the funding for research into epilepsy is an unbalanced equation. Right now, there are policy shifts relating to long-term health conditions, brain health, and multi-morbidities that we must leverage. 3 examples include NICE revised guidelines for epilepsy, published in March, which detail recommendations where more research is needed. The UK Epilepsy Priority Setting Partnership, funded and led by Epilepsy Research UK, will soon publish the top 10 research priorities for epilepsy. But the World Health Organization's Intersectoral Global Action Plan on Epilepsy, the WHO IGAP, will be the most pivotal. The IGAP requires governments worldwide to respond to the recommendations, bringing about an opportunity for real change in policy and practice. We are at a tipping point. We are now preparing to stimulate and assist the government with its responsibility to respond to the recommendations. Through a national research collaborative, we are developing a roadmap that will deliver on the recommendations to foster research and innovation. We aim to demonstrate to the government the potentially groundbreaking impact of this programme and seek a one-off accelerator investment of £60 million. That's £100 for every 1 in 100 people living with epilepsy in the UK. The scoping and costing of the roadmap will be a collaborative process throughout. We have begun the stakeholder engagement process and will workshop the challenges identified through a steering group and directorship comprising both researchers and experts by experience.
By uniting funders, people affected by epilepsy, and expert researchers, we will be able to catapult innovations in research that have the potential to be delivered within a generation.
Equipped by the underpinning policy changes and our action plan, we will work in partnership with people affected by and working in epilepsy to seek from the government our equitable share of research funding.
I lost my sister to epilepsy and the grief is unimaginable. We would love to prevent this from happening to other families like ours, but there are still 21 epilepsy-related deaths every week. That's why we're demanding the government invest £100 for every 1 in 100 people living with epilepsy.
We cannot underestimate the power of collaboration. Our community must work together for every 1 in 100 living with epilepsy. Everyone ending epilepsy. The time is now.